Welcome to 24 Holiday Tips for Savvy Homeowners, brought to you by HomeTipsforWomen.com. Join us each day as Tina and her guests bring you a holiday tip to fill your home with more joy and less stress. And now, here's your host, Tina Gleisner.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today for our 24 holiday tips to make this holiday season the most memorable ever for you. We are here today sharing tips, not just mine. I have great guests that we're sharing with you each day, and the idea is that the holidays are a wonderful time, but they can also be stressful. And what I've learned is that planning out your holidays can make a really big difference, especially if you remember the 4 Ds, to delegate some of the things you want to get done, to try doing things together so that they're fun as well as getting work done. I give you permission to drop some things off your list. And last but most important is making time to delight yourself. So at the end of the holiday season, you really can look back and say, I had a great time. And so today, I've invited Elayna Fernandez-Bare to share some tips with us about really going into yourself and who you are and using your personal gifts to make the holidays a really special time. So, Elayna, welcome, and thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
Thank you, Tina. It is my honor. This is a topic that is very dear to my heart.
So, as you look forward to the holiday season, what is your favorite holiday activity?
That is such a beautiful question because I particularly like finding something that we can draw or paint together. My daughters are artists, and they really enjoy painting. And even though my husband and I, don't share that talent, it is a very relaxing activity, and it promotes family bonding. And at the same time, it's something that you can display the rest of the year and really, remind yourself of how beautiful it is to do things together. So that probably is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. I believe that once I gave myself permission to drop the present exchange in our home, I have had the most amazing holidays because we really just relax and have fun together and really, share each other's gifts. Like, for example, my daughters always put together a talent show, and they showcase their talents and their gifts and express appreciation for the opportunities that they have to enhance those gifts through the lessons that we purchase for them. So basically, it is something very dear to my heart and really special, and we just relax and enjoy, and we're like king and queen.
I love it. And I love that rather than the helter-skelter and spending so much time shopping, that you're really spending time together as a family.
Yes, I believe that you can actually use what you already have. And if you have to go shopping, then you can actually go together, to shop for craft materials or things like that. So I don't think that you have to do a lot of spending. So that is one stress that can be out of your mind, that you don't have to spend a lot of extra money. You don't have to get extra things. You can actually entice your kids to use their creativity, and that gives them confidence, and that gives you time to relax and do other things that are more meaningful.
Right. So maybe let's step back a little, because I know you and I talked earlier about the talent show, but how does that all happen? How does it get started? Who picks, the theme for the talent show, where it's going to be held? How does that happen?
Well, it's always held in our living room, but you know what it is? They do it together. They do it as a team, so it enhances teamwork amongst excuse me, the siblings, and at the same time, I don't have to worry about it. And I was not blessed with the gift of hosting. I really, I really like to just participate as a team. But as a matter of fact, I said earlier, I just sit back and enjoy what they've prepared. So it gives them an opportunity to work together and to surprise me.
Right. And so you're really helping them build some really strong skills that are going to be priceless in their future lives.
Absolutely, and they get along fabulously because, I always encourage them to resolve things amongst themselves so that they can really work together to make things happen in a peaceful way.
Right. So in terms of how would you summarize this for our listeners in terms of, maybe it's a little late because I think you start planning or your daughters start planning the talent show before December. So, But for any kind of family activity like this that really sounds like it's led by the kids, which I think is fantastic, what are the tips to getting, really empowering your children to take on responsibility for a major family activity during the holidays?
Well, I think, the main thing is to think about their interests and to also promote, I would say an environment of everything goes. I have a no perfectionism rule in my household. So really, it's okay to make mistakes. We're just having fun, and I'll be happy with whatever you put together. I just want to see your light shine. So that's number one. The number one rule is involve them in the decision-making process and let them decide what they want to do, what they feel confident with, because, basically you don't want them to try something and set them up for failure. You want them to be confident they can do something, to be excited about it. And if you're making an activity or something like a craft, also make sure that everybody's on board and that they are able to take most of the work and do it themselves, and that it'll be exciting for them. Number two, I think if you're going to be doing any shopping, sometimes props, sometimes craft materials, go shopping together and let them pick their favorite colors, their favorite fabric, their favorite texture, or, let them paint what they want to paint, and really make it about the fun and the memories, because when you get to wanting things to be done a certain way, it can hurt feelings and it can cause quarrels among the siblings or the cousins. I mean, you can really involve even friends and invite them over for the fun. So I think that eases a lot of the stress that could be caused with something that you're planning. And then three, I would say that the best part and what has worked for me the most is I always make it an opportunity to teach life lessons or values. Like one example that I can give, for Valentine's Day, we have a tradition to go into senior homes and make homemade cookies. They're vegan because we are. Make vegan cookies for the seniors that live in those homes, and we make cards. Like hearts or stars, whatever shape they feel like is their favorite at that moment. And so basically, we talk about what quotes or what scriptures or what thoughts could go into the cards, and then that opens up, expanding their vocabulary or life lessons, or they come up with questions about what does that mean. And basically, it is a great way to, as a family, get to know each other and bond together. So those three things, is involve them, shop together and make it an opportunity to teach lessons.
Right. And you mentioned like cousins, I think. So I'm kind of curious how, I understand, obviously, you've raised your daughters this way, and so the whole idea of the talent show and everything you're talking about, I love your no perfection rule. That's wonderful. And I understand how that can work with you and your immediate family, but how does that work when you bring, say, cousins and extended family into your home?
Well, they are usually an audience. So, obviously when there's a program or a show, you always need an audience. So I think that it's a sneaky way to promote what we do because, they get in the habit of seeing how happy we are when we do these things and that these memories last a lifetime versus, gifts that break and go away. We always have pictures and share on social media, so we really are advocates of this. And I think that even when they don't initially want to participate, they can sit back and enjoy. And I think it's really promoting that what matters is the gift of each other. And they can feel that. I mean, it does not fail. Even when they sometimes are reluctant to participate, it sometimes is a process, but there's always an influence, and they can feel the spirit that's in our home, which is what I'm most excited about. If the home is not 100% clean or organized, I'm okay, but, that peace and joy has to be there.
Right. And I have to tell you that the sense I'm getting just from listening to you is that just the way you're approaching everything is that everything's an experience and everything is an opportunity to learn and to grow for both you and your kids, and it just sounds wonderful.
Absolutely, and it's not just an experience, it's a relaxing opportunity, because I know that before, when I was stressed out about everything had to be in a certain way and the home had to be decorated this way and the placemats and the name cards and all of those things that really the next day I was throwing away and didn't allow me to sit back and enjoy the season that in which I'm supposed to have the most time.
Right.
Yeah, so it has been a lot, a source of ease and peace, and I think that's what I want other moms to know, that it's okay to set your own rules and to make your own traditions and to really do your own thing, what works for you.
Right. Well, I agree wholeheartedly. And so now as we look forward to this year's holiday season, what is the most important thing you are looking forward to?
I think, it's about the connection that we share. I think the gift of each other, learning new things, it goes beyond the superficial gifts that break. And I think that one of the best decisions that I've ever made was to homeschool my daughters, which I'm doing. And in that, what I've realized is that the teachable moments are endless. And besides growing together, we grow closer together, and we have a true bond and a true relationship. And I think that I believe, when people say that as you grow together, closer together, you grow closer to God, like a triangle. I think that works for every relationship. And I have partnered with my kids to make life easier for each other, not harder. So as I allow them to make mistakes and to be real and to ask questions, I am, actually creating peace for myself as well. And a lot of moms, it's like, make the kids first, put the kids first. And I say, put the family first, and you are part of the family. So give yourself a break and connect with each other and get to know each other and have fun and grow.
I like that. Put the family first.
Absolutely.
Okay. So thank you so much. These are great tips, and I think they're valuable all year long, not just during the holidays. But I certainly sense why your holidays are much more relaxing than many of us. And thank you for sharing those tips. If people wanted to connect with you online, where would they find you?
It's thepositivemom.com. That's my website, thepositivemom.com.
Wonderful. And again, this is Tina Gleisner, founder of Home Tips for Women, signing off for today, but we'll have another great holiday tip for you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today, and we invite you back tomorrow for another Savvy Holiday Tip. Be sure to grab your free gift at SavvyHolidayTips.com. That's SavvyHolidayTips.com.